Well, good morning everyone. Well, actually I think it's good afternoon now. The morning's gone so quickly. I wanted to just talk about the last 4 blogs I've put out and take a little bit of a closer look. On the first one I started with helping hands. Why helping hands? Because particularly right now there is an awful lot of challenges going on with people losing their jobs and not knowing what they're going to do with their lives, and how words we use can mean how we react to situations, and 2, it can also mean that it affects our emotions. I've talked about this before, how important it is to be aware of what words you use. And in the first blog I talked about that in the picture she's fallen and she doesn't want to fall in the water. So she has resistance to falling in the water. She doesn't want to do that. But she's also in the rough because she's in a really awkward position. But she's got to be resilient enough to reach up far enough to reach that hand. In the second picture, I showed you a couple with a money bag, and they're nicely balanced in the middle. But life isn't always like that. We don't always feel balanced in the middle, and very often we feel more one way than the other. So why is this important to us? It's important because if we balance the mind, and what I mean by balancing the mind is having a consistency, and yes, it will come up with those negative thoughts. Oh crikey, I can't write that poem, I can't meet my finances. But it's a question of finding a balance. So the first place we're going to look for balance is in ourselves. So when those negative thoughts come up, I can't, I can, I am. And those are very important words that you can use to rebalance yourself. Because everything that happens, every emotion that you feel has to come from the head first. It has to come from a positive thought or a negative thought. So I ended up with the last one before today, which was the dog. The dog and the girl. Can she reach out? Can she take that hand? And the dog, he didn't really want a bath, but he just had to hang in there and get it over with. He had to have resilience. And resilience is what we need when, whatever it is, even if it's changing how we approach a situation. We can't change it if we don't have resilience. I had to have resilience when I found I had nothing in the bank after the fraud. But if I just sat there and left things as they were and I didn't communicate with people, I would still be paying off those debts now. So in the final blog I put out, I had From Fear to Peace. Why From Fear to Peace? Because whatever we don't want to do, particularly if it's going looking for a new job or talking to the bank about your finances or even a family issue, sometimes we don't want to talk about it, and the subconscious mind, well, it'd be better to leave that alone and keep things quiet as they are, because life always sorts it out. Life doesn't always sort it out. If you want things to change, the person who's going to change them is you, not me, not anybody else. But I'm hoping by explaining to you in the blogs what I did to change, that you can use these techniques to help you. Because life is what we make it. It's not what somebody else makes for us. Even if you are an employee and you're working for someone else, you always have a choice of how you approach what you do each day. And I will be going into greater topic on that. But in the next 4 blogs, I will be explaining why the words From Fear to Peace are so important and why they were the title of my book. Well, I hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.